Trump, something completely different, but about a big viral social media trend over the weekend. How did you find out over the weekend that you were dead? You see that?
No.
People didn't see it for a couple days. 1.3 million user engagements as of Saturday morning about your demise.
Really? I didn't see that. You know, I have heard, it's sort of crazy, but last week I did numerous news conferences, all successful. They went very well, like this is going very well. And then I didn't do any for 2 days, and they said, there must be something wrong with him. Biden wouldn't do them for months. You wouldn't see him. And nobody ever said there was ever anything wrong with him, and we know he wasn't in the greatest of shape. No, I heard that. I get reports. Now, you knew I did an interview that lasted for about an hour and a half with somebody, and everybody saw that was on one of your competitors. I did numerous shows and also did a number of truths, long truths, I think pretty poignant truths. No, I was very active over the weekend. They also knew I went out to visit some people at the club that I own, pretty nearby on the Potomac River. And no, I've been very active actually over the weekend. I didn't hear that one. That's pretty serious stuff.
I'm glad it's
well, it's fake news. You know, it's just it's so fake. That's why the media has so little credibility. I knew they were saying, like, is he okay? How's he feeling? What's wrong? I said, I just left. And it's also sort of a longer weekend, you know, it's Labor Day weekend. So I would say a lot of people know I was very active this Labor Day. I had heard that, but I didn't hear it to that extent. Go ahead, Peter.
I do want to ask you about what we saw today inside of the Oval Office, and that being the appearance of President Trump, as we have not seen him since that cabinet meeting, the extended one, some 3 hours long last Thursday. And of course, there were rumors going around, circulating, speculation. Peter Doocy over at Fox News even asked if President Trump saw some of the social media rumblings about his health concerns. Do you think his appearance today quelled some of those? Is there anything amiss at the White House right now, Christian?
It might not have quelled the rumors entirely, but it certainly put a damper on, let's just call it, liberal TikTok. I was scrolling myself trying to, assess how the president's words were resonating with some of these voters on the other side of the aisle, on the Democratic side of the aisle. And, I think everyone ultimately believed that this wasn't true. But especially over a long holiday weekend, I think a lot of folks, opponents of President Trump, were disappointed that, the fun has run its course, so to speak. And I would point out one thing on the president's response. He said he hadn't heard that he had passed away. He had, heard people talking about, is he healthy or not? But not to that extent, the rumors that Doocy brought up. That being said, this announcement very easily could have been made via a press release or an email, to speak the parlance of the internet. And I do think one of the reasons he appeared out in public was to directly address these rumors. So again, timing is everything to President Trump. It's not a surprise. We saw him out, immediately after the holiday weekend, given how these rumors were circulating on social media.
And he also pointed back to President Biden potentially not in the public light too much in terms of that. Obviously, it wasn't necessarily weeks, as he alluded to, in time, but it was some distance. So an interesting contrast